Hi everyone, welcome to my art class. Today we are going to creating a Happy Earth Day recycling project. Ready? Let's starting it. Switch camera. All right. So first you will need the color papers. Here have a lot of different color papers, and you will need the color pencils. Okay, and glue stick, scissors, and I use Sharpie to draw. You can use pencil, all right, pencil and eraser. So let me clean my spot a little bit. So first one, you are going to have a light blue paper, and on the top of the corner, you can write Happy Earth Day Recycling, and you can, come up with any your handwriting and talking about recycling. Okay, and next one, I use the gray paper to make to draw a truck. Okay, and let me show it to you right here. This one, we are going to draw a truck. First we are going to do the top part. Okay, all right, so first what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the, here, let me make sure it's the paper, it's not tilting. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So first we are going to draw a line straight down. Okay, and then it's going to be the front part of the car. So you can tilt a little bit and then make the front engine. Okay, and then right here, before we close up, in the middle part right here, I want you to make a circle, create a wheel. Okay, and then you can do like many circles to describe about the wheels, and then you can do any kind of wheel you like. Okay, and you can design it and color, design color, anything, any way you like to do. Okay, so for example, I do circle, I do a little bit more details. You can use thick Sharpie or thin Sharpie, it's up to you. And then here you can color in black. Okay, all right, and then next one we are gonna close up but leave a little bit gap in between. So this is the area for the front part, and then we are going to create a window right here, and then also the door, right? So let's do a window, rectangle, driver's window, and then we can make the door, okay, goes along with it, and doorknob, like that, and then we can have a bumper. So here we draw a line for the bumper, and then we can make the headlight. Okay, like that. Okay, so the front part is done. Okay, I'm gonna move a little bit the camera. Okay, and then next one, we are going to do the back. Okay, and then it's, you need to have enough space for 3 cans. Okay, and these 3 cans, it's going to be recycled bins, reduced bins, and reused bins. Okay, and what I'm going to do next one, I'm going to create the back. Okay, for example, right here we need the leave a little bit space in between, like that. Okay, so here I'm gonna use pencil. Okay, it's gonna be like that. Okay, but I need a two wheels, and then I'm going to create a bumper too. Okay, but because there's a lot of overlapping part, and then I need to erase it, you know, so you won't look confused. Okay. All right, so in this case, I'm going to just draw two wheels first. Okay, so one wheel, repeat. Okay, duplicate. Duplicate, and then this one you color in black later, color in black. This card you can color any color you like. Okay, but I do a little bit green because I want to focus on recycle. Okay, you can do any color, blue, red, any color you wish. So we have two wheels, right? Along with the wheel, you see I have a bumper right here, right? So let's create a bumper to cover these two wheels. Okay, so we need a little bit higher. Okay, bumper goes along, and then this one is the back. We can connect it now, like that, and then after that we can draw bin. Okay, all right, so this part you probably wants to have a reference and see how the garbage truck how they look alike. Okay, so first I have this blue paper, and this one right here I'm going to follow the line and cut it. Follow the line and cut it. Follow the line, little by little. Okay. Continue cutting it. Here we go. Okay, so let me arrange my paper. Have a glue stick ready. Turn it over to glue. Okay, and let's glue it on. I'm gonna glue on the bottom. Okay, really bottom part. So I will have enough space for the bin. All right, recycle bin. And you can, if you have extra time, you're going to describe your background. Okay, you can draw more background, the row, everything. Okay. All right. For the coloring part, I'm going to do the last. Okay. And we are going to focus on making the recycle bin, reuse bin, and reduce bin. Okay, for the Earth Day. So I picked 3 colors. You can see green, red, and yellow. 3 colors. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the green one for the recycle. Okay, and the red one for the reduce, and the yellow one for reuse. Okay, so let me just pick one color first, and I show you how to draw the recycle bin. Okay, so it's pretty easy. All you need to do is make a very flat oval, very flat, and then make the rim on both sides. Okay, and then line goes down, and close up, a little bit curve, and here we do a little bit, line, so that part later on we can shading, and so it look like, more look like 3D look. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm going to pick up the green one. All right, and this one I'm gonna cut it out, and you can see I have the yellow one and the red one. I'm gonna just cut it out first. Okay. Okay, you notice inside there's a sign. Okay, for example, the red one, it says reduce, the yellow one says reuse, and the green one says recycle, right? So this one, this part, we can use white paper. We can use white paper, and then we draw sign. Okay, first you need to have a template. I use glue stick. Okay, you need to have a template. Draw a circle, and then once you're done for the circle, you can make the rectangle. And then like this one, recycle, you can write recycle. Okay, E-C-Y-C-L-E, recycle, and then you make the arrow. Make the arrow, and then turn. Okay, arrow. Make the arrow first, and turn. Arrow, and turn. Just like that. And then you can double, make it look much nicer. Like that. Okay, so you can do a lot of recycle sign, and this one change the wording. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it out from this one. I have a three signs. Okay, let me show it to you. This one, recycle, reduce, reuse. That's what we need to do for the Earth Day. Okay, so first I'm going to cut it out, these 3 signs. Let's cut it out. Okay, one. Next one goes along with it. Two. And three. Here we go. Three signs. And then there's a recycle bin. I'm gonna follow the line and cut. One. The yellow one. I use the yellow one for reuse, okay? So it's like, you know, the yellow color, like paying attention. And so, you know, something can be reused, you should pay attention, right? And this one is reduce. I use the red one. So don't make too much garbage, right? Okay, three of them. Okay, you can see right here, 3 bins. Okay, we are gonna do the match game. Okay, recycle here for here, and reuse for here, and reduce for here. Okay, and before I glue on, because the glue a little bit sticky, so what I'm going to do, I need to match the color first. Like this one, for example, is recycle, right? I'm going to color in green. So when you do this project, you also think about it. You know, we have to recycle, save for our earth. Okay. So I done for recycle, and then I kind of color the word a little bit too. So this one definitely for recycle. Okay, next one I put glue, and then I glue it on. So you see I have a recycle bin now. Okay, I'm going to working on the reuse bin. Reuse bin, I use the yellow, color in yellow, color the rim, color, color, here we go, finish. And then put glue on the top. Glue it on. Here's the reuse bin, and we are going to have a reduce bin. Color in red, color the rim, color. Color. Okay, here we go. Let's put glue. Glue it on. Here we go. All right, bring our chalk. Okay, and then we are going to arrange it equal space, right? And so first one, I suggest you do this one because you can align, okay? So let me put glue. All right, glue it on. Adjust. Make sure you glue it in the right place. And we are going to have this one, the yellow one. Okay, glue it on. Adjust. Okay, and the green one. Right here. Okay, I think here a little bit lower would be nice. We have to put a little bit lower because that one, this one, sorry about that. I need to put it a little bit lower, like that. So you see, it look like it's right on the top. Okay, so this one I need to redo a little bit. A little bit over. And the green one. A little bit down a little bit. Okay, we are all good like that. 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the next one we are going to talk about the items. Okay, what kind of item we need to recycle? Bottled water, right? Of course, bottled water. Okay, so the bottled water you can see from here. Bottled water. Okay. Okay, so we can have a piece of white paper, and then we are going to draw water. We are going to draw bottled water. Okay. All right, cap. Let's do a cap. Dry out a little bit. Neck. Okay, bottle itself. And then create a label for the bottle. And then, create some lines. That's it. Okay, bottle. So the bottle for recycle, okay? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this one. You see a bottle right here for recycle. Cut it out. Okay, next one. Reuse. We can do newspaper, magazine, those kind of stuff for reuse, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a newspaper, okay, newspaper magazine, okay, make an oval, and then like that, and then you can describe, like, you know, put a little bit box inside, and then shows, like, you know, content, kind of, you know, describe a little bit like that. Okay, so this one is going to be right here. Let me cut it out. That's my newspaper. Okay, and for the reduce, I use batteries. Okay, we don't want to use too much battery because it's not good for, you know, not good for the earth. So we use it, but don't use too much. Okay, so the middle part, we do a middle part first, and then we make the rim, and then line goes down, curve, okay, a little bit curve right here, and then we put plus and minus. So this one gonna be our battery. Okay, so for the battery one, I have this one right here. Write it down. Okay, next one we are going to, before I cut, I like to color it. It's very quick, okay? Don't spend too much time. Okay, describe a little bit, like, you know, newspaper on the bottom, shading, use your pencil, and shading a little bit on the side, in the middle part of magazine, right? Like that. And then a little bit on the bottom, a little bit here and there. That's it. Okay, that's it. Okay, and then I want you to use your finger, smudging it. Okay, that's the magazine. All right, cut it around. Here we go. We got a newspaper. Let's put it on the side. Okay, we got a bottle of water. Let's put blue. Okay, and inside we do a little bit bluish, light blue. I use light blue. I do the whole bottle. Very light, about 1 to 5. I use power 1. Color, all in blue. And then on the side, I push a little bit harder. About number 2 power on the bottom. Shading on this side, on the bottom, and on the bottom of the curve. So it look more 3D. On the bottom of the cap too. Okay, you can see it like that. Okay, and then I'm going to have a pencil shading one side, this side, and then shading this side too, and a little bit on the bottom, and I'm smudging it. That's it. Okay, cut it out. little by little. Okay, here we go. We have a water bottle now. Okay. All right, and the next one will be batteries. Okay. Battery, on the top I use this one, a little bit light brown. Color the whole thing. On the top, light brown. And I use a little bit yellow over the top. Mix color. Mix color, okay? And next one, I'm going to use black. I use this pencil. I color the whole thing. Very light, number 1 power. And then I increase the power a little bit on this side, on the bottom, and this side too. And I'm going to do it on the bottom here, a little bit on the top, a little bit on the side here, a little bit on the side, a little bit on the top of the rim, on the curve. So my battery is done too, okay? All right, follow the line and cut. Simple shape, right? Okay, we have 3 items, okay? Let's start to put it on. Find the one can match. Okay, water bottle, recycle. Newspaper magazine, reuse. Battery, reduce. Okay, so let's glue it on first. Water bottle. Recycle, okay? All right. Newspaper magazine, reuse. Glue. Okay, and battery. Reduce. You don't want to have too much battery. Okay, here we go. And then the last one, I want you to have a color pencil. Okay, and then pick the color you wish to color. So for example, this car, I want to color window in blue. Color in blue. Okay. And in light, I like yellow. I'm gonna put the yellow light. And I'm going to color the dark green for the truck. Okay, here I'm gonna use dark green. You can do any color you like, but because it's Earth Day, so I like to do a lot of green, and to remind people you have to recycle. Okay, I do dark green, dark green. Okay, you can see like that. Okay, and then I get a pencil. I'm going to color a little bit inside the wheel. Color inside, color inside. Okay, and then I can, do whatever creation I can to make it look good. Okay. Okay, like that. And bumper, same thing here. This bumper I continue use dark green. Dark green for the bumper. Okay. And this truck, I'm going to, you can pick color, okay? Like this one, I color in green the door, but I'm gonna color the truck in green right here. Opposite, okay? I'm gonna do opposite. So I'm getting the different green, a little bit lighter green. I'm gonna go ahead, just color in. This one is more look like olive green. It's very nice green color. So you can see this whole truck, much more green comes out. It's perfect for the Earth Day, right? Color a little bit harder, much harder. Along with the door, I color it much harder so the door can be pop out. So I color much harder along with it. On the bottom, much more. Yeah, on the bottom too. On the bottom too. Okay, I think this is good. I like it. How do you think? This one I color a little bit too much over. Erase it. Color pencil can be erased. Okay. And then the doorknob, a little bit shading. Like that. And the door, window. Smudge. like that. Okay, so you can still do a lot. So, you know, if you have time, you can do extra shading. Okay, like, you know, here and there, even though for the recycle bin too, right? Okay, we finished the project. All right, I'm going to show you a different way to view it. Ready? Ta-da! This one is the project we did it for today. Happy Earth Day Recycling. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and learned something too, okay? All right, see you next week. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.